best value 4th of July event going on right now at Kia.
Breaking news, embattled EPA Chief Scott Pruitt resigns. President Trump tweeting the resignation. Pruitt facing a long growing list of ethics scandals. From his sweetheart apartment deal to his first-class flights to that $43,000 phone booth in his office. Race against the rain. New images tonight from inside the flooded cave. The around-the-clock rescue effort to save 12 boys and their soccer coach. A new sense of urgency with more flooding rains just hours away. Escaping the flames, the massive new wildfire forcing hundreds from their homes. Dozens of fires burning at this hour. Ginger Zee tracking the dangerous heat. And the new tropical storm forming late today. Will it become a hurricane? Deadly fireworks explosions, more than a dozen killed in back-to-back blasts, including police and firefighters responding to the scene. Plus, the fireworks stunt gone horribly wrong. And the mother that took on that carjacker, the crook taking off with her car, her kids in the back seat, what she says she was forced to do.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
And good evening. It's great to have you with us on a busy Thursday night. I'm Tom Yamas, in for David. And tonight we begin with that breaking news that EPA Chief Scott Pruitt has resigned amid growing ethics scandals and calls for him to step down. President Trump stood by Pruitt as he relentlessly rolled back environmental regulations, carrying out the president's agenda. But claims of legal and ethical violations mounted about that $43,000 phone booth, first-class travel, 24/7 security, and his use of his staff and his position for his personal benefit. The balance finally tipped, and tonight the president has accepted his resignation, shuffling his cabinet one more time. ABC's chief White House correspondent Jonathan Karl starts us off at the White House.
He was front and center at the White House 4th of July picnic just yesterday. But now Scott Pruitt, one of the most embattled cabinet secretaries ever, is gone. In his tweet announcing Pruitt's resignation as the head of the Environmental Protection Agency, the president said, "Within the agency, Scott has done an outstanding job, and I will always be thankful to him for this." But Pruitt's tenure has been beset by scandal after scandal, including a story ABC News broke earlier this year about Pruitt renting an apartment on Capitol Hill for just $50 a night from the wife of a lobbyist.
This was like an Airbnb situation.
You only paid for the nights you rent. You were there.
That's exactly right.
But that's kind of a sweetheart deal.
All told, Pruitt was facing at least 12 separate investigations by multiple government agencies and was repeatedly accused of using his position for personal benefit. He installed a $43,000 soundproof phone booth in his government office. He routinely took first-class flights, spent more than $36,000 for a flight aboard a military jet. He tweeted out photos of himself making pasta and enjoying prosciutto on a trip to a conference in Italy. He reached out to the CEO of Chick-fil-A, trying to secure a franchise for his wife.
My wife is an entrepreneur herself. I love, she loves, we love. Chick-fil-A is a franchise of faith, and it's one of the best in the country.
He used government staff to perform personal tasks, finding him an apartment, restaurant reservations, and even trying to get him a used mattress from the Trump International Hotel. He also personally intervened to secure two of his most loyal staffers lucrative raises over the objections of the White House. The president repeatedly praised Pruitt for slashing environmental regulations, but he expressed irritation at the scandals last month.
I'm not happy about certain things, but he's done a fantastic job running the EPA, which is very overriding, but I am not happy about it.
All told, 170 members of Congress, many of them Republicans, had called for Pruitt's resignation. As Republican Senator Joni Ernst put it, he is about as swampy as you get here in Washington.
Just a short while ago, the president on Air Force One said it was entirely Scott Pruitt's decision to resign. He did so because he did not want to be a distraction. And Tom, the president called Pruitt a, quote, terrific guy.
And John, besides the news about Scott Pruitt, we're also monitoring news surrounding the Supreme Court and the president getting closer to a decision and a nominee, and plus a primetime address.
The interviews are done. White House officials say that there are now three leading candidates. They are Brett Kavanaugh, Amy Coney Barrett, Raymond Kethledge. And yes, the announcement will be done in Trump style, a primetime address on Monday at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Tom?
Prime time on Monday. All right, John, thank you. Next to Thailand and the race to free the young soccer team trapped in a cave with monsoon rains fast approaching. A new look at the massive effort underground, a team of divers entering the cave, workers drilling through rock, opening up narrow passages and laying drainage pipes. They're desperate to lower the water level there and free the boys before the rain can flood the cave again. ABC's James Longman on the scene for us again tonight.
With monsoon rains closing in, the race is on. Rescue workers in that Thai cave drilling through rock, laying pipes, constructing a dam to divert water. And that dam could make a crucial difference. Officials say it'll remove drastically more water than the pumps alone. The goal, reduce the water level inside to give those trapped boys a chance to escape. New images tonight showing the progress. Areas in front of the cave, previously only accessible by divers, now passable on foot. But part of that treacherous 2.9-mile maze includes chambers filled to the ceiling with water. Narrow tunnels teams will work to expand. Right now, diving is the only way out, but officials say that option is off the table for the boys. The fear they could panic, the danger too great. Look how rough the current is. This professional fighting to hold on to a guide rope. The latest plan, when the water recedes, float the boys out one by one with life jackets. One official telling me the rescue can begin once the water falls below neck level in the submerged caves. At the surface, ambulances and paramedics run drills, ready to treat the boys when they emerge. But they must work quickly. That heavy rain could begin in the next 24 hours. 5 to more than 8 inches forecast in the region.
When the rain comes, the water in the cave is going to fill up, okay? And it's going to be hard for the Navy SEAL to try to take the kid out.
We travel to a cave about 15 minutes from where the boys are trapped to get a look at what they face.
As you go further in, that's where you start to see water like this. And look, it gets very, very high. You've got jagged rock face, murky water.
It gets worse as we move deeper into the cave.
It just gets narrower and narrower. And just imagine this, but full of water. It's cold, it's damp, it smells. I mean, these kids being in here for so long in these conditions, it's kind of unimaginable.
At the camp, exhausted divers going back and forth in shifts. 6 hours in, 6 hours out, this one says. A grueling effort to save those boys.
A 12-hour trip in total. Those divers truly relentless. James Longman joins us now from outside that cave. And James, we heard in your report about that forecast, more rain coming and the risk of that cave flooding again?
Yes, Tom. Remember, these boys got stuck in that cave because of flash flooding in the first place. So authorities here are watching the weather closely. Any more water in that cave is very dangerous. It could destroy the progress they've made and threaten those boys still sitting on that muddy bank. Tom?
So many will be monitoring that incoming weather there in Thailand. James, our thanks to you. Back here at home, and we're tracking our own weather. Heat alerts in 20 states at this hour, from Maine to California. Temperatures rising in the west, where dozens of wildfires are now burning. The newest near Aspen, Colorado, ballooning in the past 24 hours. More neighborhoods evacuated this morning. And across the region, thousands of people have been forced from their homes. ABC's Clayton Sandell is in the fire zone in Colorado tonight.
Tonight, the western fire threat is growing. Flames darting through smoky skies over Colorado toward hundreds of homes.
These flames are like 300 feet tall.
The Lake Christine fire north of Aspen, sparked Tuesday by people shooting at an outdoor gun range, exploding in the last 24 hours to over 4,900 acres and still growing. Flames closing in on this market. Nearly 500 homes are threatened here, 3 destroyed. One of those belonging to volunteer firefighter Cleve Williams. His sister-in-law lives nearby. Her home survived, but she and her family had only 10 minutes to escape.
I grabbed some of my scrapbooks that I have. They're my baby books from when my kids were little.
In southern Colorado, the Spring Fire is now the 3rd largest blaze in state history, torching an area larger than Atlanta and Manhattan combined. Destroying more than 100 homes, 2,000 still threatened. Extreme heat and wind right now fueling 35 uncontained fires out west.
It's frustrating not knowing if we're going to have anything left.
In California, a fire 3 times the size of San Francisco still raging in Napa and Yolo counties. New evacuations forcing people from their homes. You can see these water-dropping helicopters are very busy here. 2 people have now been charged with arson in this fire. Right now, at this hour, it is 0% contained. Tom?
Clayton, our thanks to you. I want to bring in ABC's chief meteorologist, Ginger Zee, at the George Washington Bridge tonight. And Ginger, this heat is not going away, and now there's a tropical system brewing in the Atlantic?
And Tom, we are still talking intense heat and humidity. Caribou, Maine, for example, 94 today. They broke a record, and it's the hottest they've been in 5 years. Those heat advisories stretch all the way back to Arkansas. But it is the Southwest where the heat is going to just be explosive for the wildfires. 118 Palm Springs, Yuma 116. That's the hottest of the entire season. And then we go to the Atlantic, where Tropical Storm Beryl has formed, moving west at 16 miles per hour. It'll briefly become a hurricane over the weekend, and then reach the Lesser Antilles by Sunday night. Tom?
All right, we will stay on top of that storm. Ginger, thank you. Next, we turn to the migrant families separated at the southern border. The government's still facing a court-ordered deadline to reunite all the children with their parents. But with that deadline approaching, we are now learning there may be even more families separated. ABC's Marcus Moore is in Fort Worth, Texas tonight.
As cameras capture those rare migrant family reunions, HHS is now saying there are even more children separated than first reported. The HHS secretary is revealing under 3,000 separated children remain in the government's care. That number considerably higher than the roughly 2,000 previously reported by HHS. Secretary Alex Azar revealing the new numbers today during a call with reporters, describing the situation as, quote, unprecedented, and promising the resulting reunifications will be as compassionate a process as it possibly can be. The administration grappling with the court-mandated deadline requiring families to be reunited by July 26th. But tonight, there are questions about how exactly it will be done. Meantime, President Trump steadfast with his stance on combating illegal border crossings. In a series of tweets this morning, writing, when people with or without children enter our country, they must be told to leave. Tell the people out, and they must leave, just as they would if they were standing on your front lawn. And tonight, there are 11 unaccompanied migrant children being cared for at this church facility here in Fort Worth, Texas. The HHS secretary says they will use DNA screening to determine family relationships and reunite all of those separated families. Tom?
DNA screening. All right, Marcus, thank you. Next to another deadline at midnight tonight, the U.S. will impose tariffs on $34 billion worth of Chinese imports, and China will do the same. That means American businesses and shoppers will pay more to buy Chinese machinery, auto parts, and medical devices, and Chinese consumers will pay more for U.S. soybeans and SUVs. American businesses and farmers are bracing for disruptions, and both countries say a second round of tariffs could be coming. Overseas now to that mysterious poisoning in England. A British couple now confirmed to have been sickened by the same nerve agent that nearly killed a former Russian spy and his daughter. A tiny amount can be deadly. Tonight, the entire area on edge as investigators, you see them there, look for where the couple might have been poisoned. ABC's Eva Pilgrim is on the scene tonight.
Tonight, the growing mystery. Counterterrorism investigators trying to zero in on how 2 British nationals were poisoned with the deadly nerve agent Novichok. New surveillance footage showing one of them appearing healthy less than 24 hours before she and another man were rushed to a hospital.
This is the second unprecedented incident. It will raise a huge level of public concern and anxiety.
This quiet community now holding its breath.
We've all been evacuated. Literally, I had a knock on my door saying you've got to pack a bag.
Officials retracing the steps of Dawn Sturgis and Charlie Rowley, identified by friends in British media. Locations in Amesbury and 7 miles away in Salisbury, England, shut down. This park cordoned off near where former Russian spy Sergei Skripal and his daughter Yulia were seen just before they collapsed from the same type of poison in March.
The police, I know, will be leaving no stone unturned.
Police saying they have yet to officially tie the 2 cases together.
We have the murder weapon, we have the location, but what we don't have is any of the suspects and how all of those parts came together.
Tonight, the British couple in critical condition, being treated by the same doctors who successfully saved the Skripal's life.
Now, authorities say the risk to the public is low, but they are telling people who visited these cordoned off areas to wash their clothes. Tom?
Eva Pilgrim for us tonight. Eva, thank you. And there's still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Thursday. The deadly fireworks explosions, the twin blasts. 2 explosions back to back. Police and firefighters among more than a dozen killed. Plus, the mother taking on an alleged carjacker, driving off with her children.